Congratulations, you are the winner.
Hello. Are we going to go a full set of drops without anybody landing in the leaves? We are indeed. What the heck? That's ridiculous. How are we all? It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I've lost. Was it Monday? It's Monday. I am so confused already. This week, this is going to be a bad week. It's Monday, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Hello, Pemmy. Welcome in, Darth. Welcome in. It's Monday. Absolutely. Welcome in, Faye. Welcome in, Kay. Yes. That shows you how well it's going this week already. The fact that I'm already on Tuesday in my head, and it's not actually Tuesday, so that's a bit of a bummer. How are we all? Have we had a decent start to the week? I know Kay's not had a good start to the week. Mine was all right. A few things went well today, so that sets me off fantastically for the rest of the week. It's very windy here, so there's like gusts of wind up to 40 mile an hour, 45 mile an hour here. You've got your main Steam account back after 17 days. Fantastic. That's brilliant news. Yeah, it's a gust of up to 45 mile an hour. So it's the wind's kind of whipping around the place. It's rained through the night, and it feels like it's still quite warm, but it's only 17 degrees. I think it's the humidity that's doing it. And I can't get the house to cool down. I've had the doors open, the windows open, but obviously when you've got gusts of that nature flying about, you can't open the windows too wide because they get flung back. So we'll get there. We'll get there, I am sure. But it's certainly a lot better than it was at the weekend. Definitely better at the weekend. It rained through the night quite a bit last night. So yeah, that was quite good. What else? What else has happened today? Death Stranding 2 has come. Well, I don't think it's come out. It's all over Twitch already. I think the influencers, or bigger streamers, have got hold of it to play, and it's been getting almost universally perfect scores. It must be sitting very, very high on Metacritic. I think it was only GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10, but everybody else seemed to be kind of 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 across the board. People whose opinion I respect are basically saying that it's just taken everything that was slightly rough about the first one, got rid of it or softened the edges of it, and delivered an absolutely stellar game. I don't know if I'll need to have a look at it and see. I never really fancied Death Stranding. I've never. Did I play a bit of Metal Gear Solid 5? I might have played the demo of Metal Gear Solid. I've never played a Kojima game. I'm not really a fan of his rambling. It's more him wanting to be a film director than actually a game. So I've always kind of shied away from it a bit, and I think everybody was sort of walking simulator Death Stranding, and it just never really sparked any interest in me, I have to say. Maybe I should go back. I got a copy of it free from Epic Games about a year ago, I think, when the Ultimate Edition came out. For some bizarre reason, they had one of their free games of the week was Death Stranding. How is it already 3 p.m? Well, at least the day's shooting past, okay, unless you need the day to slow down so you can get everything done. Content creator review copy is out for some people since yesterday. Early releases tomorrow, and actual releases 26th. I see. Is anyone getting it? Is anyone wanting it? No one at work has gotten back to you. Indeed. You're going to freak. Kay is not having a good Monday at all. People are testing her today. Not me for once in my life. It's not me. It's not me testing her. But yes. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. Anybody getting Death Stranding? Did anybody play the first Death Stranding? Anybody enjoy it? It just never really. I watched a few people sort of play it. I don't know whether I watched it too early on in its life cycle when things hadn't been built in terms of the strands or whatever, and the whole world was fairly poorly populated. I don't know whether it would be better now that the place has been. Unfortunately, I don't have a PS5, so I'll probably have to wait 8 months to a year for it to come to PC. I see. Hello, Pemmy. Did I say hello, Pemmy? The first one is on my list to play. Yeah. As I say, it was given away free by Epic about a year ago. The first one, and I never even installed it because I thought I'll get it just in case at some point in my existence I decide that it's a good thing to have or to play. But at some point I might I might be tempted into playing it. Just I don't know whether the two of them are connected. I don't know whether Death Stranding 2 follows on from the story of Death Stranding 1, or whether you can play them standalone, whether they're almost like standalone episodes of things. I'll need to have a look at it in a bit more detail. But certainly when a game comes out like that and gets universally positive scores, you do have to kind of have a think about whether or not it's worth a bit of a look at. I don't think I would play it on stream. I'd probably play it off stream. Is it just me or my stream buffering every so often? I don't know. I have dropped no frames. Although I have to say, I did see InSim. I was watching InSim playing the new Phasmo update before I came on stream, and he seemed to be having stutters every now and again. The stream was sort of buffering, so I don't know whether it's Twitch having a bit of a nightmare. But I certainly haven't dropped. My frame drops are at 0%. I literally haven't dropped one frame, according to OBS anyway, since I started. But it might well be Twitch. Who knows? Who knows? If it becomes a problem, I can potentially stop and start again. But yeah, so that's come out and looks pretty cool. As I said last night, I went back and had a look at Tormented Souls 2 to see where that missing item was, and lo and behold, it was where I thought it would be. The one and only bit. Okay, I'm now connecting to chat. It could be, I don't know whether it is Twitch or whether it's me. I'm now back in the chat room. Interesting. I'm still not dropping frames. But yeah, I went back and checked the Tormented Souls 2 demo, and the one area that I kind of hassled through because I was getting chased by the enemies was where the blade was. So I went back in and got the blade and went back to the kitchen. So if we get finished Rue Valley quickly tonight, I think there's probably about 20 minutes to half an hour of the gameplay for the demo of Tormented Souls left. So if we do get finished Rue Valley quickly, then I can potentially go back in and pick that up and see if we can finish it off. I'm not 100% sure if that'll be possible or not, dependent on the puzzles or whatever, but at least we're now fully equipped to get in and amongst it if we really want to. A couple of other bits of news, which I've already shared with Kay, but I have found another demo that I want to play this week, which I'll keep just... I won't announce it at the moment, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know how long it is, so I just I want to sort of have a think about how I put it into content for the week, because I don't really want to start it and then find that it was only half an hour, or start it and think I was going to do that with another couple of things and then find out that it's about 3 hours long. So I think it's extremely new as a demo, and I went onto YouTube earlier just to, which is my usual port of call, just to see how long things last. And there was a couple of videos that had been put up almost instantly that the demo had gone to Steam, but it's I have no idea why these people thought that their gameplay would be useful, but it was about the least useful thing I have ever. Two separate people had done almost identical things, which had no relevance to the demo at all. They basically hadn't bothered doing anything in the demo. They just kind of run around for 20 minutes or so, picking bits and pieces up, which just seemed ludicrous. If you're actually going to put something up on YouTube, what's the point? So anyway, that's probably going to be... If I stream on Thursday, it'll probably be Thursday. The reason I'm saying it could be Thursday is on Wednesday, I have got access to a new game that's coming out in July, which is a very strange mashup. It's a mashup of Cult of the Lamb and Pikmin, but with a bit of Lovecraftian vibes across the whole thing. Which is about the kind of most messed up description for a game you can think about. So yes, early access for people who are creators who are interested in Guillotine again came through. Fantastic. I love Guillotine. They are so good with content creators, etc. Even at my small size, they are fantastic people to deal with. So they've provided a key. So we'll be having a look at that on. We'll be having a look at that on. Why are you dropping, Cray? Okay, are you just testing? Is there a delay now? Yes, so we'll play that on Wednesday night. Tomorrow, I think I might take a night off tomorrow night. Just to kind of chill out, spend some time with the boys, and maybe watch some anime or something like that. But I think I've gone sort of Saturday, Sunday tonight, take a day off tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday, probably Thursday and Friday, and then I'll potentially take the weekend off because my partner's back from holiday on Saturday. So I could do with probably just spending a couple of days with her, and then we'll be back on the case on Monday. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe she'll want rid of me by Sunday night anyway, so I can stream on Monday night. So yeah, that's the kind of plan. We will play this game that I've got the code for on Wednesday. We will play the new demo that I found today on Thursday. Potentially, I'm not sure what we'll do on Friday. Friday we might, unless I find more demos to play, but Friday we might go back to Among the Whispers Provocation and see the differences that have been made since launch, which might be quite interesting actually, because there was the dev has just banged out the patches. He's done about, I think we're up to version 1.10 now, in the space of about 3.5 weeks. So that could be quite interesting to see all the bits and pieces that have changed there. Who knows? We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, tonight we return to a demo that we played probably about a year ago. Enjoy the lurk, Faye. Yes, which it was at the time felt like not really the kind of thing that I was used to playing. But it was a PR company that reached out and said, would you mind having a look at this as part of the Steam Next Fest demo? And I thought, well, why not? You know, no skin off my nose. If it's not great, it's not great. If it's completely different to what we normally play, that might be quite interesting. It turned out to be adjacent to horror. I wouldn't say it's full on horror. You want to drink, but I can't. I need to save it for the subathon. And if you have one, you'll have two. And if you have two, you'll be in bed. So yes, what I understand is that this is kind of the demo that we played back then. However, there's been a whole, you can see at the bottom, when we go to the title screen, there's a demo survey, and they asked for a whole heap of feedback, and I think they've received a bucket load of feedback from various creators and streamers, etc. And lo and behold, they've actually gone back and implemented an awful lot of it, and they've re-wrapped up the demo and put it back out again. So as I say, it was a year ago. I can't really remember what happened, and I know there were elements of it that weren't 100% great at the time. They were a bit frustrating. So I'm kind of hoping the overall thing, though, was that the game itself was really good, and it left us on a complete cliffhanger as to what was happening, and really made you want to actually pick it up and play the game when it fully comes out. So I don't know, it's due to come out, I think, sometime in 2025. So we'll just need to keep an eye on it. But from my perspective, I just wanted to go back, revisit it, see all the changes that have been made, see if they are for the better, and yeah, kind of reignite the interest in it. So without further ado, I think it's supposed to last about 90 minutes. So we'll see. We'll see. If we do that, then we'll have half hour, 45 minutes probably left over to play the Tormented Souls demo. And if we get finished that, then, you know, I've got another couple of shorter ones that we could potentially have a look at. So, okay. Right. Let's go and do that then. So we can shut that off. And then we can go across to here. And there, please appear. Nice. Okay, good. So it's got a kind of comic book style, art style, as you can see. It's pretty cool. It's not just it's not like a visual novel. It's kind of like a visual novel, but it's not a visual novel because you move the characters about in it. It's a bit of a point and click scenario. 2 seconds, because my monitor here has changed. And I need to just make sure that that's working. Okay. Right. Hopefully that's fine. I miss our boy Death. What does that? Oh, yes, absolutely. Why is that not working? Yes. Not even Lurkies tonight. Oh, yes, Lurkies. Is that everything working now? God, what are we...
Listen, you idiot.
Good. Sorry. I was trying to sort out my Elgato prompter, which had decided to jump offline there. So I wasn't seeing any change. I think that's it now, though, which is good. That's that. And then we've got that there. So, yes, good. It's now working. Fine, fine, fine. Right. When we start this, we get thrown into straight away a bit of... we need to tell... Well, I'll just do it. Let's go. From memory, can you hear the game before we get started on anything else? Yes, good. Right, so before we start, we have to define our character's personality. And we've got we've got 9 available personality points. So we have to basically fill in whether we're impulsive, calculated, introverted, extroverted, sensitive, or indifferent. So, what are we saying? Are we going to be impulsive or calculated? What do we think? Calculated, okay. So, you're somewhat calculated. You know you're pretty calculated. You're often overthinking stuff and generally very cautious. Does that sound about right? Let's not put too many points in. Are we introverted or extroverted? Ambiverted. I suppose you could put, if you really wanted to be a pain, you could put more into, you could just balance them out all the time. Right, so introverted, barely introverted, but that's kind of useless. As only somewhat introverted person, you can endure being in the company of others, but you can't perfectly hide how you really feel about it. That seems about right for me, because I think if we do any more, then we're potentially going to miss out on dialogue because we'll keep avoiding the subject. Okay, so are we sensitive or indifferent? Tell me, Kate, sensitive or indifferent? What are you thinking? Are we going sensitive or indifferent? Okay. You're not that indifferent of a person, but you do find it easy to distance yourself from emotions, both yours and those of other people. Being a somewhat indifferent person means you realise that emotions exist, but you usually ignore them. Yes. You're quite indifferent, and you've been told that you act like you're divorced from any emotion, but you never really thought of yourself as a cold, uncaring person. Okay, so if we do that, do we want to put another... What happens if we do that? Oh, it just resets the whole thing. You can't have one on both. I think this was a question I had from it last time. Why did they put this in the middle, giving you the impression that you could actually balance the two and then find that you couldn't? So let's... You're very calculated. You have a plan and a backup plan. You'll keep reevaluating and upgrading both of them, even when it comes to tying your shoelaces. Right, okay. So that's where we are. We'll go hold to wake up. Okay. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfectly complements the image of the old motel room. Yes. Continue.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, it took us a bit by surprise when we played it last time. Okay. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some options will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by the same trait. Remember, yeah, this is the new one. I think it's the same one, Daniel, but it's been completely revamped in terms of it's now got voice acting for things. It's now got everything that was given as feedback. I think they've changed and put it back out as a more polished version of what the demo was. But it's been so long since I played the demo, I just wanted to kind of refresh my memory of it. Traits are neither good nor bad. They're a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. Hello, vampire smoochies, how are you? Hope everyone's having a wonderful Monday. I am. Kay's not. I understand. So, am I just nodding? The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows. Just nod. Yes, you have my full attention. I sort of spaced out. What was that again? I think we'll go, I sort of spaced out. What was that again?
No worries, Mr. Harrell. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Okay. Just push me headphones in a little bit more. Okay, status effects. Red ribbons on the character portrait show the status effect your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. So I've got a total lack of motivation. It's not that you don't want to do all sorts of things, it's more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Okay. Slight lack of motivation, more like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Okay, your personality is represented in this part of the screen. It shows your personality axis that you defined during character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Select hover over a trait to see what it is and what it does.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence.
Okay.
And try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
Silence befalls room, a muffled clanging sound from outside only making the moment more uncomfortable. Okay, so I can't lie by saying I'll try because I'm blocked to that.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm.
Okay.
However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives? It's another session, really necessary. I was hoping this would be a one-time thing. Why do we have to do this here in the middle of nowhere? No questions. I'm going to say 1. Can't you simply state fine? He looks you straight in the eye.
That is out of the question.
Okay.
This is a court-ordered therapy, and both of us could be fined or worse if we don't see it through.
Okay, but we've no idea why we're here.
And I have my own professional reasons in addition to the legal ones. You require help, and I've been designated to provide it.
Right. He looks away, stern-faced.
I've never let a client down, and I'm not about to start now.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, that's all. Glances at the clock, almost too fast for you to notice, but we did notice.
All right then. That's it for today.
Right. Okay. Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Right. Get up and leave. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside, a young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Used to run. Show hints, I understand.
Spit it out already!
Could she be here for therapy as well? Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go. There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help her somehow, okay? Or is that too much to ask right now? Yes. According to my traits that we've chosen, I'm not going to get to speak with her. Okay.
Come on, you thief!
A game I want to see, but I can't because of holiday and have to spend time with people. Welcome in, Grim. You've already seen this. I would also be indifferent. I would probably say, are you all right? Are we going in here? All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call. This went on for so long the last time.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down.
She sees the person on the end of the line. Too introverted, okay. That's new. That didn't happen the last time. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own, end the phone call and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
She says to the person on the other side of the call. Awkward. Move away from the reception desk and stop invading her personal space and leave. Okay, killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue, so in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually you can do that with various items and interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. Okay?
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
Let's see what we can find round about here. Is there anything we can... A list of rules. You can't be bothered with that right now.
Credit card machines are dead. We can't access reservations. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. You're a
Sit down. Okay. Phone. Mess with your phone while you wait. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen that is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Wait, play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. Wait, scroll through your feed to kill some time, or put your phone back in the pocket. Right, let's do scrolling through feed. Scroll through your feed to kill some time until she finishes the call. You start scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. You scroll some more, and scroll some more. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. Yes. Okay, she's... This is new. After I realised that neither the pictures nor the posts are loading correctly. Check the signal. 1 bar, but you get the feeling that if it could, it would show half a bar. Seems like all these posts were from some time ago, stashed needlessly in your phone's memory. Unless you hook up to some local Wi-Fi, you won't get much internet here. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end. She responds to the person on the line. Okay, we'll play a quick game of hyper-casual protagonists until she finishes the call. First wave of tiny bow tie wearing antagonist appears on your phone screen. You tap the one carrying a golden fork and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow tie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. I guess I'm supposed to squash them all, sigh, and continue squashing. I remember when we first played this it just went on and on and on, and it was like, just come on, you're disrespecting my time now. As your game spins around the absurdity, as your mind spins around the absurdity of the game, and while your fingers roam aimlessly across the screen, a group of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists gather near the pile of boxes at the bottom of the screen. Tap the pile of boxes. Absolutely nothing happens. The little guys keep gathering around, keep squashing it. As soon as you're about to get the one with the goatee, a slightly larger antagonist with a monocle and pocket watch enters the play area. Try to understand what's going on. You stare at the bunch of random characters on the screen, but the sense of it all escapes you. Tapping the big guy. You press your finger against the monocled watchman, maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and you almost drop the phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold, fat letters saying temporal disruption. What the hell's going on? The letters disappear and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. Quit the game, because that's got a really annoying noise. With a quick swipe and finger flick, the game is gone and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider and you're getting breathless.
No, I don't want a customer satisfaction survey. I want the internet!
She says to whoever she's talking to, put the phone back in your pocket. Sit patiently doing nothing until she finishes the call. Try it anyway. Stick with it, folks. Stick with it. I don't know why they put this right at the very, very start of the game, because it almost made me shut the game down and leave it. Time is relative. It flies when you're having fun, but lately for you, it had been practically standing still. I know it's trying to build the narrative, but this is so frustrating. You want to play the game and you just end up sitting, waiting until she can be bothered to make a move. Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking.
Misheard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
It is an incredible waste of my time. Finally, the girl hangs up, ending the forever call.
Hi, can I help you? I would have hung up earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's get you into your room.
Sometimes being an introvert is hard.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you.
And she raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Whoa, our key card. Thank you. You stretch your hand politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and is excitedly waving it around.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Key cards are great. She nods in response, but then continues, as if you haven't said anything.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
Close your eyes, turn your senses off, and wait for her to finish. Right. Please let me out of this hell. After some time, you come back to reality, only to find her still talking.
How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message, as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. But after a few seconds, she puts the phone down and hands you the key
So,
card.
here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
Okay, she puts some kind of document on the counter. Items you pick up are stored here. While not in dialogue, you can click on them to interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon, for example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. I understand. I'll read the document first. They won't get you this way, and don't forget the small print. Yes?
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
No. I just want to hold on to my kidney. Thank you very much. She interrupts you curtly. Not really. Sign the document begrudgingly.
Thank you for your trust, sir.
A cheeky bandit. She says with a barely visible smirk.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Okay. Simple key card with a Rue Valley Motel and room 6 printed on it. Right, let's go. Can we go? Is she going to let me go? Okay, right. Let's go up the stairs. Okay, so I take it we're here. Yes. That's the one at the end of the corridor. The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. Unlock the door with your key card. A tiny green dot of light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Enter the room. Finally, we are in our room. Lovely. What's in here? Wait, first thing you do every time you go into a hotel room, if you don't check the bathroom, there's something wrong with you. That's the first place I always go. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. Look at the mirror. The mirror splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. A mole? Could it be skin cancer? The good old mole under your left eye. It's been with you as long as you can remember, yet still, has it grown in size a little? Changed its colour, perhaps? Pretty sure it has. Perhaps you're imagining it, or it may be too late to worry about it, and you'll die in a matter of days. Okay, look at the mirror again. Leave. Okay. And then we can't use the toilet. My God, that's a horrific toilet for being in a motel room. See, I had to be straight out of there. That's why you check the bathroom first. Okay. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase, the smallest one you own. I don't know what's going on with my... This is beginning to annoy me. My prompter keeps disconnecting tonight, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, can't deal with this now. Put it away. It's such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel even harder and more pointless. Yeah, it could be. I know Eons is having a bit of trouble with his as well. It just, every now and again, it just decides that it doesn't want to play the game, and it just keeps, you know, you don't see the next line of chat come up. I've got chat in 3 different places around the thing, so I can always see it somewhere. It's such a chore. Yeah. Okay. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep black pit? All right. Let's open the suitcase and just get it done already. But do you do that as well? If I go to a hotel, I tend to, well, I suppose it depends how long I'm there. If I'm only there a night, I don't take everything out of my suitcase. I just kind of live out of the suitcase. If I'm going to be there for a bit longer, then I would consider taking the stuff out. But there's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, a phone charger, a toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here long. Unpacked suitcase. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be doing something there or whether it's just automatically. Okay. Disaster. You couldn't just... Okay, there's not much... you better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Fink said. Days or weeks. Months, even. Unpacked suitcase. Disaster. You couldn't decide whether to plug in the phone charger next to your bed and risk potentially fatal radiation or next to the bathroom door and risk stepping on the phone while it's charging. So after a while, you just put it back into the suitcase. Afterwards, you discovered the closet to be so dirty that you decided it would be better to leave your clothes in the suitcase after all. There is that as well. Okay, you even returned the toothbrush back to your suitcase after your unfortunate attempt to clean the sink led you to discover that the tap water is a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Hello, hello, Banshee. Yeah, it's as I was saying, I was watching Insim earlier. Just tell me if it begins to get too bad. But I was watching Insim earlier and he was getting stutters as well. Well, living out your suitcase is the surest way to feel transient. This way, you can at least continue telling yourself that the therapy will be over soon. Just in places, okay. And this can never be home. Now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. It is now, whether you like it or not. Okay, so am I just collapsing on the bed? Despite the tight sheets and crisp-looking pillow, the bed reeks of dust and age. Okay, crawl into the bed. It creaks and squirms as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. Accurate depiction of Banshee getting into bed at night. Just close your eyes and hope... you're desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. Probably not going to happen, but let's at least give it a go. Hello? Your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore to change years ago. Check who's calling. The screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller. Put it on silent and ignore it. You silence your phone as the mystery of the caller's identity gently teases you. Close your eyes again. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Okay, mind map, memories. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by clicking on it to activate it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. Okay. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. Pretend to look at the leaflets, yes. What a pathetic attempt at acting. Or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? Okay. You hear a familiar sound. It's your annoying ringtone, the one you promised yourself you'd change ages ago. We've put it on silent. Now, why would anyone answer a call from an unknown number? Exactly. That's what I would say. Okay. And then out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks. I sort of wandered off. What was that again? You can't stay in the real world for 1 second, can you? At least you admit it. Okay. And then here. The image of a young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? We has ignored her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. Okay. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own, perched on rumpled Mattel sheets. Everything is packed: clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. Ready to go home. As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap, as if the suitcase forgot to fully exhale. Then the gap widens just a little, and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. It's just a faulty latch. Let's go already. Lift the suitcase. Better shut it tight first. But the suitcase feels too alive. With a loud hiss, the seam splits and a snake's head appears, lidless eyes fixed on yours. Then more hisses follow, and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheet. Shut it now. You slam the lid down, the latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. I need to check out. Let's bring the suitcase along. Nobody will notice. I got to get rid of the suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get out of here. Let's take it with us. As you descend the stairs, the midday heat pricks your neck with sweat and the suitcase shifts slightly in your grip. Better not think about it. It's just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You enter the reception area. No one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. I can't wait here. It's too hot. Yes, accurate description of my room over the last couple of days. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you can just do it yourself. Let's get this over with. Name, date of birth, length of stay. But a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot, a puddle, a pond, spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. Snatch another form and start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upward. Your sweat drips downward. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen, your throat dry. It's no use, just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault after all. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get out already. Parking lot shimmers in the heat. Asphalt soft underfoot. Across it, the vending machine glows like a mirage. Its glass fogged with condensation. Insert coin. Press the button. The machine hums. Light flickering, but no bottle comes out. Insert coin. Press the button. You drop another coin. Clink. Press. Hum. Still nothing. And another coin. The world narrows to the clink of metal. The press of your finger. The machine's empty whir. Maybe this time it'll work. Okay. We tried to leave this damn motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. Okay, not enough willpower. Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory. It's an echo of my past, but it is an embodiment of my feelings. More like random neural activity in your brain, synapses sparking from nothing. Best forget about it. I just know it's important. It could be, but are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Not yet. Okay. Screech. The sound of a car engine screeching tyres urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head's still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as a desert. Status effects. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point towards the impulsive side, but some other status effects have a much greater influence, and in some cases drastically change the personality you defined in character creation. That's interesting. I don't know if I fully understood that last time we were playing it. Okay. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. Get up and find some water. Righty. Can I get a glass from here? Is that possible? I can't get a glass from there. Maybe I'm going to have to go to the vending machine. Because I don't really fancy... There are so many... Yeah. Turn on the tap and drink... Oh, as soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills the room as a stream of black water flows out of the old pipe. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it's almost like you expected it to happen. I changed my mind. I'm not touching that water. Good. For a moment there, you seem to be drifting back to your old ways. But you don't want to go back. Right? Okay, we're going to have to go out into the parking. Oh, it's raining. Ooh. Whoa!
God damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Language, Timothy? Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. Okay. At least we've got a hood. It looks like a big fingerprint, doesn't it? Ooh, you jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. Are you alright, Kay? You didn't get scared there, did you? For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. It was like that thunderclap that came across when I was streaming on Saturday night. That was mental. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart. You're too angry to be scared. This thing's jumped back off again. Okay, something's definitely happening. As well as your heart, it's racing from the sudden shock. But there's nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out, while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. What the heck? Oh, it's a hose. I'm not going to drink from that. It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. Water. is your first desperate thought, but even if the hose was on, you know you wouldn't want to drink what would come out. Okay, ice. Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench your thirst. Truth be told, that's not a half bad idea. That's a terrible idea. Who knows how old that ice is? Plus there's a vending machine just a couple of steps away. Yeah, let's try the vending machine first. Okay. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. Check the label on the reddish button. It reads drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Coral Destiny. Press the reddish button. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. You take it. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of the precious fluid. Okay, am I drinking it here and now? Drink it. Status list. The thirst screams at you to gulp down the whole bottle right now, but there's no need to hurry. Take it one sip at a time. Okay. What the hell? Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away. Don't hide. But you can't hide from the whole sky on fire any better than you can hide from your own past. At least I don't have to face it. I close my eyes. That escalated quickly. Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second. But as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I stop? What kind of answer is that? That's easy. Simply stop being you. Nobody can stop being themselves. I see, you're confused by this. The receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind. What I wasn't expecting is you. But the receptionist disappears, and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. Red sky is seeping through the cuts in your eyelids, forming a number. Okay.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Surely there's something pleasant to think of, instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and this court-mandated therapy. Think of something tasty. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
It's all right.
He pauses for a moment.
I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Uh-huh.
Surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Why is condition written in italics? Lack of motivation? That's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? The muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweat appears in your armpit.
At all times, if possible.
Just nod.
Good. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour. That's the alarm.
Yes.
However, since this is your first session...
But it's not our first session. He stops mid-sentence and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but there's one moment of anxiety. It could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Ah, right, okay, so I need to actually interact with that when it's coming together. I just started feeling very anxious all of a sudden. He nods.
That's understandable. Sometimes anxiety seems to appear out of nowhere, which can be quite frightening.
Uh-huh,
But
indeed.
even though the experience is not pleasant at all, you should always keep in mind that it is a completely normal emotion, and as such, it will eventually pass.
Mm-hmm.
And may I add, your willingness and strength to identify and communicate your inner state is very commendable.
Uh-huh.
Trying to understand our feelings is always a good idea, and very often a necessary step in the process of getting better.
Right. He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
It's not so good.
I guessed so.
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eye.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Reach for the pill.
remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the purple pill.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Yes. We are getting up. Let's go.
Come on, you thief!
The source of the clang is a young woman beating up an old vending machine. For some unknown reason, looking at her makes you even more nervous. Why am I so agitated all of a sudden? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then, the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Take a moment to calm yourself down. You point your gaze toward the endless, unmoving desert. It's calm in the distance, but not so much right here, as the machine-hating woman keeps hitting it violently. Right, let's go to the office. Hopefully this lady will not be quite as irritating as she was last time.
Yes, Coral Destiny Antenna, Rue Valley Motel.
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is being hogged by the ongoing phone call.
Of course it's urgent.
Yes,
Our
yes.
guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead. We can't...
She pauses for a second.
Hold on, I have someone on the other line.
Yes. She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
She pauses again and directs her gaze toward you.
Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
Uh-huh. In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your anxious behaviour at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Smile at her. She smiles back at you as she touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry.
Yay!
I'll call you back later.
We don't have to go through it all. She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Woohoo! She continues in the same breath without waiting for your answer.
Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get you into your room.
You're welcome. Her voice is full of
So,
enthusiasm.
number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you.
And she raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Nod and wait for it to put it on the counter
I
this time.
see you're confused by this. You were
No,
expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
no. She's excitedly waving the card around her head.
Well, we decided to modernize
Yes,
for
yes.
a number of reasons.
Suddenly, she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
You must be very tired.
Mhm.
Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I severely doubt that it is, but yes, yes, I'm exhausted.
Here,
She hands over the key and puts some kind of document on the
I'll
counter.
just need your signature.
Read the document. They won't get you. Yes, We've done that.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
No, don't be cheeky. Not really. She's right. You're not a lawyer. So who are you kidding? Just sign the damn document and prepare for the unknown consequences. Sign the
Thank you
document
for your
begrudgingly.
trust, sir.
She says with a barely visible
I'm
smirk.
here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go up the stairs once again. I love the way he goes up the stairs. Full of gusto for someone who's fairly indifferent to everything. Ew. Unlock the door. Okay. Are you checking? There are so many dark patches. Yes. Splash some water on your face to calm yourself down. As soon as you turn on a tap, a horrible smell fills the room. Yes. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it's almost like you expect it to happen. I changed my mind. Yes. Swallow the purple pill with some water. I have to think about this. Okay, so Dr. Fink told you to take this pill if you have problems falling asleep, but you don't know what's inside. Can you really trust him? That's a good point. Let's put the pill back. Right. Let's go out of here at the moment. Dusty suitcase. Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside. Yeah, it might be full of snakes. Or maybe worried that by unpacking you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. They're going to keep me here forever, aren't they? Why are we here, though? That's what we need to find out. Perhaps I could relax a bit in the armchair instead. Okay. This armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Fink's room. Sit down. As soon as your my buttocks, touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want is sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. Stare at your suitcase. What a pitiful, inert object. It's full of my stuff. Stuff, clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, might as well be empty, but it isn't. Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. I'm just going to close my work email. People are dumb. Don't answer any of my questions. Absolutely. They want your help, but they won't respond. Drives me crazy. And then I'll be like, oh, why didn't you help? Well, you didn't actually answer any questions. So. The user appears by ringtone that you swore changed years ago. Put it on silent and ignore it. Close your eyes again. They gave me an answer, not answer your question. That's even worse, when they give you an answer that you didn't ask a question to. As your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence. But your mind refuses to calm down as soon as your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Right? Yeah. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red. And you feel like an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Hide. But you can't hide from the whole sky being on fire, and better than you can from your own past. Nothing happened afterwards. Then suddenly everything happened again. Everything again, but nothing after. The loudest thunder. For a split second, the whole world was exploding. But it was just a thunderclap. The loudest one you ever witnessed. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart, it's raging from the sudden shock. Okay, and then this. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. Seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. When did this happen? This evening. But later. Okay. The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? The memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Have you actually gone completely mad? And they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel and the night sky turns red? The combination of several specific memories can create an idea, and with enough inspiration or willpower points, you can turn that idea into an intention. Intention opens new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. Okay. Memory or fantasy? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Not enough willpower. If you want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it all is but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet, you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. Stay in the armchair forever. Okay. It's raining again. I love just the subtlety of things like his leg drumming or bouncing. Close your eyes again. Mesh the phone. Let's close our eyes again. As soon as you close your eyes, the images return again, chasing one another. Okay, we're going to have to mess with our phone then. The gentle touch, the phone screen turns on again. I'm not playing that stupid game. Scroll through your feed. You start scrolling, but every post looks like you've already seen it before. Same old, same old. I'm going to put the phone away. Close your eyes again. Okay, I'm just going round in a loop here, haven't I? I am going to have to play the stupid game again. Back to the phone. Play a quick match of that as soon as yes. Playing the game right now, for some reason it feels unsettling. This was supposed to be relaxing. Put the phone back in your pocket. Thank God for that. Purple pill. There's nothing else to do but swallow the purple pill. Swallowing a pill without any water is not a pleasant task, true, but getting up only to get some water definitely feels like too much of an effort. Force the pill down your throat. Using saliva is there's nothing worse than that. You help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. And then you have no idea how long it will take until its effects kick in. So there's nothing to do but wait. Close your eye. But gradually, your thoughts begin to slow down, and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. No pressure. Anxious. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Was it the purple pill? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. My watch went... My watch buzzed at the same time as that buzzed. It gave me a bit of a fright. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. Yes. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. The sound of the loudest thunder jerked you out of your slumber. The speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. Ooh, you remember this feeling. Inspiration points are small sparks of inspiration that you can use to motivate ideas and turn them into intentions. Beware that when you spend inspiration points, they're gone for good. Okay. Continue. And as you finally recognise what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. Okay, so I'm assuming I can only spend it here. Hold to commit. Okay, sweet. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Okay, get up. Here you can see your active intentions. Select hover over them to see more details about how to complete them. Clicking on an intention will open the mind map with that intention in focus. Okay. The rain has slackened off, and you see nothing out of the ordinary, nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he has surely left already while you were sleeping. Yet, as you exit the room, the hair rises on the back of your neck, and an eerie sensation takes hold of you. Glance toward the parking lot. As you stare at the reflections in the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. That's right. Okay. Investigate strange occurrences. Okay. So we've got that. How do I get back out of here then? Okay. Fair enough. Let's go with that away. And this way. And this way. The thunder is rumbling. Nice lighting effects. That's beautiful, that, isn't it? Right. As you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. Inspect the transformer. Look at the shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. Inspect the largest shard. The largest one is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. This shard is obviously part of a broken tail light. This means he's been here already. There's no other option. I knew I'd find something here, and I did. Okay. So it has to be true. Well, not necessarily, but at least found something. Here we go again. And then before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing, and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. From now on, you will have the exact time displayed here. Pay attention to it because in Rue Valley, situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change and they might act differently at different times. Okay. And we're back in the psychoanalyst's office, I presume. Indeed. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Mm-hmm. Just nod.
Mr. Harrell, I am aware of a slight lack of motivation that you may be experiencing right now.
Uh-huh. Everything happened again. Yes. Lack of motivation. You are motivated. You just need to remember. To remember. Yes. There's something very important. Okay. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside interrupts your train of thought. And suddenly, an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. Joint, cut joint pain, gonna go treat that. Extreme ages of years. Thanks, AZ. I think the receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally, that of yourself, standing in front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. Okay. Hold to wrap up. Attention complete. As you struggle to put the memories... As you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental fog dissipates and two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. Okay. We have inspiration. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over. Dr. Fink's voice pulls you back to the old motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrell. Would you care to elaborate?
Maybe I don't want to elaborate. Do I? Am I actually going to speak to him about this? No! Son of a... This happened last time. So annoying. Damn it. Okay. Right, let's go back to there. And there. Okay. It's so annoying when that happens. When you're playing a demo and you're kind of getting into it and you understand it and things are heating up and then it stops. And there's no date for that to come out. But I'm glad that we went through it again and it had the same effect on me that the last one did. It starts off very slowly and I do find that interaction with the receptionist way too long. I understand what they're doing. They're building a narrative. They're trying to, get you into the character of the guy. But for my mind, they waste far, far too much of the gamer's time at that point, establishing that. I think we could understand that far more effectively than actually having to go through the process of sitting, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, I understand also that that's a bit about the characteristics that we've chosen, and because we're introverted, then we're not going to kind of slam our hand down in the reception desk and say, pay attention to me. So that might be a bit about when we eventually play the game. Hello, Parto. How are you? Lovely to see you here. Did you make it through a day at work? Are you feeling fitter and healthier? But yes, it's how did everybody feel? Did you like it? It's not. You can see it's kind of horror adjacent. It's not immediately. It was a struggle, but you made it through. Well, sometimes actually just making it through for the first day helps get you to the next day, So fingers crossed, today will be better. Hopefully you've had a decent enough sleep as well, which can always help. I'll just have a drink for a second. 2 seconds. But as I say, that was one that came out of left field at the time. And somebody just asked if I wouldn't, if I'd want to play it. And I thought, why not? It looks quite interesting. I love the visual style of it. The visual style of it's fantastic. It looks really cool. And I'm kind of hoping the further you get into it, there's more actual action, walking between locations or whatever, and being able to look at, evidences and start interacting with people and putting things together. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that it'll be as good an experience as the demo has been. I'm not entirely sure, I have to say. It didn't feel incredibly different from the last time I played it. There's obviously nuances, and I think there's bits and pieces in there. When I first played it, the dialogue didn't match the written dialogue. So the spoken dialogue didn't match the written dialogue. There's still a couple of errors there as well, where the script kind of wandered off on a couple of words from what was actually written. So not 100% where it needs to be, I suppose, from that point of view. But yeah, interesting. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting teaser to get you into they spend an awful lot of time teaching you the mechanics of the game, which could go either way, I suppose, in terms of it will interest people or it will turn people off, because there's a huge amount of reading, and also trying to work out what's happening as well. So yeah, enjoyable. I would definitely say enjoyable, and one to watch out for when it eventually comes out. I don't know. I don't think it's got any kind of release date attached to it at the moment. It's just there's the new demo. Crack on. See where you go to from there. So interesting. Yes. Right. So there we go. That's after an hour and a half. So that was about an hour and a quarter it took to do the demo there. So that gives us enough time to go back and actually finish the Tormented Souls demo, which is quite cool, because I was going to do it off stream. Excited to see the full game. Indeed, yeah, it's, as I say, I think it's going to be a slow burn, but it just, there's a hook there. I would say there's definitely a hook there that's just sort of saying this could be quite intriguing. There's enough there to just make you think, yeah, I wish I knew a little bit more about this. I wish I could go a little bit further. I don't know how complex it's going to get with all those different memories and intentions, and it's like anything. When you start a game at first, you're kind of overwhelmed a little bit by all the systems that are in place, but hopefully it'll be a decent experience when we get there. So yes, let's jump across now and finish off the Tormented Souls demo if we can. That should be cool. Who thought we would get through this and be able to go back and play the other one? Not me. I couldn't quite remember how long. I did seem to remember it taking about an hour, but I didn't know how different it would be from the last time we played it. Right, okay. Alrighty. Okay, as the warning of last night, the game contains explicit gore and violence. Better put that actually on a pinned message, probably. God damn it, don't do that. Where is my OBS? G1. Oops. This game contains explicit gore Can't type. And violence. I'm starting from where I was, more or less. The reason I'm saying more or less is because I went back and I've actually got the saw blade. Because it was literally where I thought it was. When I said to you last night that I think it was back in that area where I kind of got hassled through because of the monsters chasing me. I didn't properly look around that place. And when I went back, it's literally about 3 rooms away. I went back and immediately found a cage that had a body hanging in it. And when I pushed a lever, the body dropped through the floor, and I went round the courtyard, dropped down some steps, shot a couple of enemies, and found the blade, and then went back to the kitchen. So when we're starting tonight, we'll be kind of in the same place we were last night, but I've got the blade on me this time. So, thank God I played it in assisted mode, because every time you go into a new room, it makes an autosave. Things could have been very, very bad had we not been in that situation. So right, we can now combine. Why can I not combine that? Combine with this. It won't actually let me do what I want to do. Okay, let's just come back out of that. Why won't it allow me to? Right, let's go there and examine. And combine. Okay. Finally. It's a bit weird. It wants you to do things in a very specific order. Anyway, we now have the handsaw. So we can now we can now go and hack the nun's hand off. It's just something that I didn't actually think I'd be saying today. There we go. Where can we get the green? There we go. Is the corpse or it's salt? Yes. She's frozen solid. Okay. We now have a frozen hand, which I'm presuming... Wait a minute, I'm gonna... where are we? Round this way. I can... Okay. Use. Okay. This is gonna stink. Okay, she relaxes the grip on that. We've now got a cryptex. Which... Alright, let's have an examination of... Hang on a minute. I need to... I'm fairly sure. I'll go through here so it's light. I don't want to change something and find that I've got... Right, let's have a look at this. Examine. Okay, so these are the chess pieces. A code cryptex with rotatable dials. Each dial face features a chess piece. So I am assuming... Okay. I have no idea what that means, but I'll take a note. Other than... Right. L plus X and then a little and then a Y, a little Y, and an L. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 digits, 2 of which are similar to each other, or the same. I'm not holding up much hope here. I've ordered for the rest of the stream and we get into bed early. Sudden changes in temperature and weather make me feel tired and lethargic. Not a problem at all. I understand. I think everybody's sleepy today. Wade was sleepy earlier. Kay's been struggling a bit. I've been struggling a bit all day. But then that's because I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think. Right. But thank you very much for being here, and hopefully you get a good sleep. Right, let's work on the assumption. So that's a knight. How do I know what the cryptext actually means? I don't think I can translate this. Unless... Okay. Yes, you can. Part 2. You think you have it. Can I... Is it that way round? Yes, absolutely. I'd be interested to understand how you've worked it out. Yeah. There we go. These things are... Right, okay. Right, let's go back. Oh, shoot. Let's go back to the actual cryptext. Okay, so... Thank you so much.
A fresh presence has stepped forward from the ether.
I really appreciate it. All follows are anonymous. Please feel free to lurk or chat, whichever you feel most comfortable with. Right, part 2. Knight Rook. Rook. Knight Rook. Hello. Login. Swap Pawn and King. Okay, hang on a minute. Wait. Knight Rook Bishop. Did I say that right? Login. Is that the bishop? Knight Rook Bishop Queen. What did he say? Swap Pawn and King. Knight Rook Bishop Queen. Now, is that the queen or is that the king? Oh, hang on. Knight Rook Bishop. There's the bishop. I've gone mad. Bishop. Alright. Hang on, we'll have to go around the we'll have to go around the way again. Queen. King. I love this game. Part 1's amazing. I haven't played Part 1. I've got Part 1, but I never quite got round to playing it. So I thought if I play the demo for this... Right, Part 2. How did you work that out? The crown key. Where have I seen a crown key? There was a crown key in the library. Was there a crown key in the library? Ah, there. How the people. I could have been there for a while, Parto. Thank you. I could have been there for a long while trying to work that one out. I've got. I'm fairly sure. No, I'm going the wrong way. I'm fairly sure I saw a door with the crown key in the library. This demo was too long for a demo. Yeah, we played it last night for about 2 hours, but I discovered that I'd actually missed the saw blade for the hacksaw. I had a vague idea of where it might be, so I went back off stream today to have a look at it, and lo and behold, it was where I thought it was going to be. So there we go. Not that one. Ooh. Is there actually somebody there? Oh, there is. Oh, I forgot. Hang on a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody stop. I can't remember what my shortcuts are. I think it's... Oh, good grief. That's not good, is it? Oh, hell. Right, let's do that. How did that even work? I never pressed the button. Ah! Oh god, there's 2 of them. Right, hang on a minute. Right, okay. I think it would be cool to add a chainsaw if I can. Take it in this part. It would be cool. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's. How the hell do I get back to the the library is across here, I think. Past the left. Yes, there it is. How I remembered that after a day, I have got absolutely no idea. That's insane. Right, where are we? Where did I see? I'm fairly sure I saw a door with a crown on it in here. Maybe it's upstairs. Okay. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was downstairs. Ah, maybe it was downstairs. Oh no. Is it here? No. Okay. Where the hell did I see the door with the crown key on it then? Oh, was it in the basement? Hang on a minute. Whoa. That would kind of make sense if it was in the basement. Because I've got a funny feeling that's where the prison should be, so... That's where I'm headed. So I've kind of come out there and used my ammo, and I didn't need to, I don't think. Well, that's a bit annoying. Right, how... Let's go this way. No, hang on. It'd be easier to take this. I may meander a bit here. I'm trying to remember things from last night. This looks relatively like where I should be. Basement. Okay. Okay. Right. Map. Oops. Please have a door with a crown on it here. Is it be there? Okay, so I've come in that way. I cannot remember where this door was. I can't get that way. Let's have a wander around anyway. I'm fairly sure it must be down here somewhere. Oh, you absolute... Does that mean I'm kind of headed in the right direction? If there's a door with the crown on it. Nice. Let's go. Right, nobody jump out at me. The prison. Right, where's the light switch? There must be a light switch in here. Please let there be a light switch in here. I don't want to be wandering around in the dark. Dude, there's so much stuff down here. Okay. Right. Can I hear somebody moving about? The environments are just so detailed. It's fantastically well done. Ooh, okay. Right. I don't know whether I'm in the right place here at all. Okay, there's a cable though. There's also some funny noises. Can I use my pliers? Hopefully. Yes. Nice. Ooh, and we actually got wire. Oh, right, what's this? This note appears to have been torn in half. Son of a... Okay. Of course it has. Ooh. The Black Blood. The Black Phoenix experiment has yielded an interesting result. A most peculiar blood sample. It is a deep black and exudes a foul smell. Though that is not what shocked me the most. Under the microscope, the blood cells have nuclei. Blood cells do not have nuclei. That is not all. They are surrounded by thousands of mitochondria and behave in a way I have never seen in all my years of study. The radiation emanating from the sample is implausible. The numbers are off the charts. It is much more radioactive than enriched uranium. To reduce the risk of exposure, we have only been handling microsamples. Mother Lucia also provided us with a serum that counteracts the symptoms of exposure. Where would she get such a thing? I am concerned about the long-term effects this may have on the team and our equipment. Okay. Save room. Nice. What's this? Shotgun shells. Beautiful. I'll have a quick look about to see if I can pick anything up before I An odd collection of objects line the shelves. Fair enough. Ooh. Expedition 33. It's the Axon. An impressive collection. How are you getting on with Expedition 33, Pardo? Are you making good progress? An impressive collection of creepy masks adorn the wall. Okay. The proportions of this bed are unusually large. Whoa, dude, what the heck? This is wild. Right, let's... Ooh. Right, let's do that. I must have missed something, because am I not supposed to get 3 cassettes in every save room I go into? Uh-huh. Recording tape, of course. There's nothing left to do here. Okay, funny. Ha 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 ha. Right, so there's nothing else in here. Okay. So I go back out here. This is where I discovered that the whole place is infested with bad dudes. Right, so somehow I need to get a code for that. Right, let's follow this round. Ooh, okay, red light, spells danger, but let's switch this on. Please don't unlock everything. Oh, I had a horrible thought that I was going to throw that switch and everything would open. This cell door seems to be electronically locked. Okay, so when we... Ooh, okay. When we eventually get the bit of paper for this other thing. Okay, this one's unlocked, so I'm assuming... Oh, in fact... What? Oh, hell. Dude. That was not funny. Damn, I'm going to die here. Ah. Come on. Are you kidding me on? Right, that took me completely by surprise. I was not ready for that to happen. Thankfully, we just saved. Continue. I think that's absolutely nightmarish as well, that they... Every time you load back in, it puts you in complete darkness, which means your sanity starts to drain, which is horrible. Right, okay, so let's... Right, where is he? Ah! Oh god, this isn't good. I keep running the wrong way there. Right. Come at me, bro. I've got you now. Oh no, I haven't. Damn it. Oh, this is so annoying. I keep forgetting that I have to manually reload. This is not cool at all. Right. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Where am I? I've got a first aid kit. So we're okay with that. And I've got 2 bottles of this. So let's do one of them. Oh god. It's a bit sussy. Right, okay, so we've done that. I hope there's not too many other enemies before the end of this, because we're going to be screwed if there is. A torn piece of paper with some markings on it. Okay. But can I not, like, take that bit of paper? What is that supposed to mean? Why can't I take the bit of paper? Okay, so we've got that, and we've got it kind of goes up there and down there and up there. And this has got holes in down that side. And it goes like this, this, and this. And it goes like that, that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so we need to go back and have a look at the other bit of paper. I think that's horrendous. Not allowing you to take it with you. Is there anything else I can do in here? No. Right, nobody else jump out because, dude, I haven't got any ammo. And I've got even less. Okay, so there's literally nothing else I can do here. I need to go back and try and work out this code. Okay. Yes. Well, that's even worse though. Because that's difficult. So that goes there. So that's just literally the other bit of that. Okay. Doesn't exactly help that, does it? Does it? Seven and 4, 12 and 8, 19 and 15. The Bombers will be right back. No bother. 29 and 22. These puzzles seem to be getting more and more cryptic. And it's not helping by the fact that you can't actually pick up the bits of paper, manipulate them and put them together. But I don't know what it's trying to say because ultimately it looks like So has it got something to do with the number of sides? Maybe not. Maybe it's got nothing to do with anything. 7 minus 4 is 3. No bother, Parto. 12 minus 8 is 4. 19 minus 15 is 4. 23 minus 18 is 5. 29 minus 22 is... Okay. I don't know what this is trying to say. 7 and 4 is 11. 12 and 8. Where's the pattern? 7 and 12 is 5. And 7. And 6. And 6. Or 4, 4, 7, 3. Okay, I don't understand what the bit of pink paper is trying to tell me here. Especially when you can't actually interact with the bit of pink paper. It just says it's a code. The note appears to have been torn in half. Is it how they connect to each other? Maybe it's a pattern. Maybe you just need to... Oh, no. If we did that... There has to be something with the numbers. Okay, let me go back and have a look at this bit of pink paper. Okay, that's electronically locked. Torn piece of paper with some markings. So there's a box. Okay. I could be here for a long while with this one. This is exceptionally cryptic. So that obviously doesn't work until I've powered on the... Oh god, don't go down there for God's sake. So the bit of paper is actually upside... Or maybe it's not upside down. I still don't understand what it would mean though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So it have to be like a 7 or a 4. How do I know when things... I presume it'll energize. I'm never going to guess this randomly. I doubt. Dumb luck might take over. Nah, I think I'm going to have to look this one up. I can't work out what that is. It's just gobbledygook. I can't work out what the bit of paper is supposed to be trying to show me. Unless it's 60. That could, or it could be 80. It's either 60 or 80. Ah, right, okay. I might be onto something here. So if it's pointing at... Right, so that's 12. 27. 37. 45 and 67. Okay. So which numbers actually total up to? 7 and 12's 19 and 19's 38 and 18's 48, 56, so it's not that. 56, sorry, and 20. Okay, so it's not that. 4 and 12 is 16. Is 35. Is 50. Okay, hang on a minute. Whoa. No, 4 and 12. 4 and 12, 16 and 19 is 35. 35, 55. What was that? 4 and 12, 16, 35, 58. And that should be it then, if it was 80. So maybe it's 60. It's really hard to work out whether it's 60 or 80 as a number. Maybe it's just my maths. 22 and 23 is 45. And 16. 45 and 16. Yeah, that should work if it's totaling back to 80. So how does that work then? Let's see. Oh hell, it was. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's blooming stupid, isn't it? I could have been there all night, just waiting for something to give me a visual indicator. Now, the problem is, which ones of these I've got... Ooh! Yeah, this isn't going to go well. Have I not got anything in there? Oh, good grief. Right, stay down. Do not get back up. Okay. Pyramid head. Right, so I've been in there, I've been in there. I can't tell if there's actually anyone in there. This is slightly different though. Can I pick up that axe? That'd be really cool. This bed frame seems light enough to move. Okay. Nobody creep up behind me. Why am I moving that? Oh, okay. We're down in the crypt. I could really do with some, like, shotgun. What? Okay. Dudes, we are in trouble. Because I think we've broken the seal on something. Ooh, I love the environment. The environments are so cool. I'm so chuffed at myself for that puzzle mind. Mammy, daddy. What's going on in here? Ooh. Wonder how long these bodies? Okay, yes, well. It's a valid question, but it's not really the question I'd be asking at this point. Oh, can I, okay. Nice. Now the game starts to let us actually light candles. I've been trying to do it all game. Right, I take it that we can't do anything with that. Okay, so that's nothing there. Right. There's nothing there. We went this way, and there was nothing here. Ooh. Okay, so that was there. Let's go back down. There must be something down here. What am I missing? Ah. There? No. So there must be something down in here that I've missed. Oh, no, no, no. Like that, uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Please let there be... Oh, what's that? Yeah, I mean, a nauseating smell. Just give me ammo, dudes. Like, seriously, give me some ammo. Nails. Anything. What? Can I do that? And oh no, I don't want to do that. Hello, Callan. How are you? Can I beat these up? No, I can't beat these up. Damn it. Are you good? You don't think it's Tormented Souls 2. It's the demo for Tormented Souls 2. We played most of it last night, but I discovered right at the end of stream that I'd actually missed an item, which was stopping me from making progress. So tonight we played Rue Valley for an hour and a quarter at the start of stream, and we have... It's very cinematic. We've gone back to make some progress. You don't end. Don't end. You absolute nightmare. If you like old Resident Evil 1, the original Resi, and you like sort of old school survival horror, then I think you'd quite like it.
Thank you so much, best friend.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you for your kindness. Galen Leafshade donated £6 to our charity.
Thank you, Cal. Right. Okay. Yes. Interesting. Right, we'll go back to chat. Nice. That was good. I'm glad that we went back. Oh God, that's hellish bright now that we're back. I'm glad that there's my next goal. Thank you so much. 875.69. Crazy. I wonder if we can get to... We've got 5 days to go. 5 days to go before the end of our quarter. If we could get another £25, I mean, it's an incredible sum already. It's just absolutely insane how much money people have given this quarter for the charity. It just, I know it's kind of Pride Month in June, but we started back in April collecting for this charity, and everybody's gone absolutely mad. So it's just been a phenomenal effort, the most money we've ever raised, and in the shortest time as well. So we will continue, but yeah, if we could get to 900, that would be absolutely fantastic. So another couple of streams before we switch to the next charity, which I haven't quite decided what that will be yet. But thank you again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So that's the second demo that we've done tonight. I'll put that back in at just chatting at the moment. So it just keeps everything nice and tidy. Rue Valley enjoyable. I don't know whether you've seen Rue Valley, Callan. It's a bit of a narrative. I don't know how it's a really hard game to describe because it's a little bit point and click, and it's a little bit visual novel, and it's a little bit adventure game. There was a demo came out for Next Fest, which is still available if you want to have a look at it, or you can have a look at the VOD, which will be available obviously after stream tonight. And then we played Tormented Souls 2 for the vast majority of the stream last night. But as I say, I got to a point last night where I was wandering around a little bit thinking and then I found something which was half of what I needed, and I thought, yeah, I know what's happened. I've missed something on the way through, and when I went back to look for it, I found it immediately, which was great. And then that was that. I have a couple of tough puzzles there towards the end as well. That was not just strictly as I would have. That it was a bit mind benderish, those puzzles. Anyway, I think I might actually now play Tormented Souls. I've had Tormented Souls, the first one, for quite a while. I picked it up in a sale, but I never quite got round to playing it. But I really enjoyed that. Although I hope there is an assisted mode in that will be the kicker for me. Because as I said last night, the original Resi I have tried to play on 4 or 5 occasions. And I get sort of 2 to 3 hours into it, and I just can't handle the tank controls anymore. They do my absolute head in. And I kind of just get so frustrated with it that I give up. But that, although that's got fixed camera angles and it's constantly sort of switching between them, there's a little bit more of freedom of movement. So you can actually use the analog sticks and turn and go in diagonals, etc. But you just need to be aware that at some point it's going to flick round. But I did enjoy the demo. The demo is pretty cool. And the fact that it auto-saves every time you go into a different room helped as well to quell my frustration. I think if I'd been having to go back to, because there's only 3 save points in the demo, and the demo is now taking about 2.5 hours to complete. So you could, I did finish it, Kay. You'll need to check the VOD. There was actually a really tricky puzzle towards the end as well, which I puzzled out. But I have to say the game wasn't particularly. It didn't give any visual indicator as to whether or not I'd actually completed the puzzle. It just kind of left you thinking, did anything happen? Sorry, I need to take a drink. Yeah, there wasn't that much. I suspected that last night, Kay, that we were it felt like we were getting closer and closer to the end just by the nature of where we were on the map, and the fact that we've been told to go to the prison and find the book. So it's left quite a number of open-ended elements. I mean, you can check the VOD, but we never had to go back and meet the creepy guy. We literally found the book and that was it. So there's no closure there at all. They're obviously really putting a hook in your mouth to play the actual game. So I was just saying that I think I might actually have a look at the first Tormented Souls as a potential long play, if you like, on the channel. So we might start playing it one night a week, which would be quite cool. But only if it's got this assisted mode. And it's not going to frustrate the hell out of me doing it. And I do want to make sure that it runs quite well, because that was all over the place frame rate wise. It was up, down, roundabout, and back again, and it was putting a little bit of pressure on the stream. So I certainly couldn't have streamed that in 2K. There was absolutely no way I could have streamed that in 2K. So that now kind of puts us in a kind of a weird bit of a weird place, because we've got about half an hour to go on stream. I have had this other game that's been kicking about on my desktop for a while, which I think's quite a short experience. Maybe we should have a look at that. I don't know whether anybody's seen this. It's called Face of Fear. Play Who's It You're Doing. But do you think that'll be That'll take longer than half an hour, though, won't it? I thought that took quite a while for you to play through. You'll be fine. Okay. Who's at the door? Right. We'll play half an hour's worth anyway. Even if I don't get finished, it'll show off another demo. There's another demo I could actually play that I kind of half promised one of the PRs that reached out to me. But it's not horror. It is horror the way I play it, right enough, but I'll leave that for another night. Right, who's at the door? I don't know. Tell me who's at the door. Options. Let's have a quick look at this to make sure. Oh god. This could send us right over the edge. I'll start off with everything at high. Especially the lumen. Because that could push us right over the edge. But let's try it. New game. Soul 1990. Can you hear the game okay? I have psychosis. Blurry hallucinations and voices have become part of my daily life. But lately, the hallucinations are lasting longer. Now, they don't go away unless I take my medication. The boundary between reality and illusion. Okay, calm down. Every day, strange-faced people hand me pills. I can't even tell if they're real or just another hallucination. I no longer have the strength to discern. Yet, oddly enough, gathering the pieces of the doll is the only thing that calms me. I don't know why. It just feels like the only remaining hope. If this is really treatment, how much longer must I endure this pain? Okay.
증세는 점차 호전되고 있습니다.
Right.
앞으로 8일만 더 치료를 받으시면은
Okay,
정상적인 생활로
so we have to
복귀하실
last
수 있을
8
것
days.
같아요. 다만 집안에서도 낯선 사람들의 모습이 보인다면 이는 환각 증상이 악화된 신호일 수 있습니다.
Right.
그런 경우에는 즉시 처방된
Taking a
약을
prescribed
복용하시거나
medication
조용히 방에서
immediately is
마음을
doing calm.
진정시키는 것이 도움이 될 것입니다.
Right.
완전한 회복을 위해 조금만 더 힘내주세요.
Almost on your way to a full recovery. Thank you very much, Chief. My head feels clear today. The hallucinations are quiet. Maybe it's safe to open the door and take my meds. Okay, right, so we have doll. If the hallucinations persist and do not fade, do not open the door under any circumstances. Have the medication delivered by the visitor instead. I suffer from hallucinations every day. Most of them are harmless, but be careful with these types. Ones that don't disappear and ones that chase me. Warning, I'll faint if they touch me. If they've vanished, I'm safe. Okay. Space is crouch. Okay. And just the usual. Okay, right. So we're good. Okay, that will fill in automatically, I assume. Why have I chosen to stay in heat? That is a big ass saw. I mean, that saw is about 5 times the size of that brush. That's crazy. Okay. It's fun, says Kay. Right, okay. Hello. So I'm just looking for hallucinations. Is that like anomalies? Okay. And do they hide in the right. So I'm assuming at this point, got scissors, a bowl. Who's chapping the door? Hello? Not that door. Is anybody hiding in the fridge? Oh, that was the fridge. I thought it was somebody absolutely smacking the door to say, answer. What's in here? Just fish. Okay. And how do I know if I'm suffering from hallucination? keep hearing the door getting... Where's the door? What? It took me forever to finish the game because I didn't realise that my hallucinations would be considered anomalies. Yes. So is the knocking of the door an anomaly? And where do I find my medication? I haven't found the door. Right, okay. What the hell's the door then? Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Can I open that door? Right, okay, bathroom. Oh my god. Oh, hello. Yes. Uh-huh. How do I get away from you, creepy woman? Can't take it now. Do I just open the door? Hello? Can I help? Hiya! Okay. No idea what's going on. Give me another run, Kay, just to see if I'm... How long do I have to endure this? Do things hide in cupboards? I presume they must do if you can open them. So, at the moment... Good evening, sir. Can I help you? Right, okay, so I open the door if I think it's not a hallucination. And I take the medicine if I think I'm hallucinating, because it's anomalous. But what about people knocking on the door? Are they hallucinations? Ooh, okay, that's quite cool. Can't see myself though. Okay, I think the fact that the light keeps going off in there. Okay, so the pictures look the same. TV looks the same. There was nothing in here. Uh-huh. That's the weirdest sound for that fridge. Okay, so I am assuming that guy's... I keep wanting to go through there to get to the door. Evening? Thank you. Okay. Big ass saw. Brush. Beer. Dolls. Day 2. Nice. The dolls aren't... I half expected a doll to be... Hello? Ah. Okay. Ugh. Reality and hallucinations are mixing again. I can't tell if the doll... God, calm down with the speed of the text. That's one of the biggest irritations for me in a game, that they just hassle through the text. Okay. All seems to be okay at the moment. The flower's still okay. Oh. No, I thought the flower was dying. Let's go and have a quick check in the kitchen. Suppose I should really check in there just to make sure. Apples seem okay. Okay. We're finding it more every time. Oh, you absolute dick! There was no need for that at all. I didn't realise that was going to happen. You've never seen that before. Okay. Now, does that mean that was a kind of one-off thing? It happened. But does that mean it's a hallucination, or was it just an event? Is that an anomaly, do we think? Hello? Dude, you have been in the sun. If it doesn't go away, okay. Well, it kind of is going away, but I think that's more the way the game's been programmed than... Right, okay, so I am tripping. I'm taking the medicine. Sweet. Okay. I'm beginning to understand. I really wasn't expecting it to jump scare. Okay. Severely muted, the body's been discovered at a secluded villa in the mountains of Yes. Victims all showed signs of severe physical trauma, and police are continuing their search, contingent possibility that additional missing persons may still be alive. Now, is this just the news? Right, we'll see if this disappears. See if it switches off itself. Okay, so that's not hallucination. That's just the way it is. Okay, so the pictures are the same. Should really pay attention to the ones in the corner. January. I hear you. Give us a chance to check, man. Oh, is that... I didn't notice that grass was... That grass looks like it's behaving weirdly. I'm now full of trepidation in here. That somebody's gonna... It's always moving. Okay. That's always there, that's always there, that's always there. Dog. Right, nobody act to go in here. Because I'm telling you, oh, I never checked the toilet. Hose. Right, I'm fairly certain that we're clear. Oh, here he is. He's back again. He's the weirdest guy. Hilarious, man. Okay, big saw, little brush. Whatever the hell that is. Rope. Rope. It'll seem kind of normal in here. Hello. Okay, pictures look okay. Pictures look okay. January, yes. Telly. It's all working. Flower. Phone. I'm on Gaslight Simulator again. Hello? Uh-huh. Ooh, what's that? That wasn't there before. I'm pretty sure. That's medical equipment, isn't it? From, oh yeah, it's hallucination time. Sorry, okay, which room was that one? This one. Is this the doll room doesn't change? Yeah, okay. Okay. We have an anomalous TV, potentially. That's annoying. What a noise. Just making sure that there's nothing else and that is the anomaly. Okay, her shoes are back. Who's hiding down the toilet? Nobody. Okay. Is this still going? Yes. Okay. It's pills time. I hate when it gets to this level because you're like, oh my god, I'm just about there. Okay, who broke it? Whoever's broken it's paying for it. I swear. Hello? So a quick look in there just in case. Sunshine Clinic. That wasn't there before. Name sounds familiar. Someone I used to know, or just another illusion. Okay, well I've picked it up now, so it's gone. So that's not the illusion. Ooh. Right. Trash bags always there. Just in case there's somebody standing behind me. I don't think there's any anomaly here. January. Pictures are the same. Nothing on the ceiling. Vases are all the same. Who's out here? Oh, hello, it's you. It's yourself. There's that momentary anticipation that she's going to pull a big knife and slit your throat with it. Right, okay, that one doesn't, this room doesn't change. Evening. Pictures are all the same. Calendar's correct. Light. TV. 3 cushions. That has to be... Oh, hello. Doll part. I met Bori at the bar in front of my house. She was singing there, and her beautiful face and lovely voice captivated me. I had to get to know her. Okay. Who wrote this note? And why is it with this doll, of all things? Apples. That's all good. Let's go and check where this doll has gone, though. Okay, so doll needs legs. That's all good. Is there anything in the fish tank? No, there's nothing in the fish tank. Ooh. Feets. Eh. Where the heck's that come from? Looks like somebody's been walking in jobby. Ugh. Dorty, dorty. Right. If this is still here when I come out, yes, we're on pill time. It's strangely quiet. There's none of the usual noise or hallucination. Why is it dark in here, though? That's not good. Oh, hello. This is all very pleasant. Is there a light switch in there? What the heck's Jobby? Jobby's poop. Okay, so I can't actually go in any... Oh, I can leave. Do I want to leave? This doesn't feel safe. It's dark. Okay. Ooh. How do you get Jobby out of poop? I don't know. It's just a Scott thing. Don't question it, okay? Just roll with it. Why is it... Okay. It's been Jobby forever. You wee Jobby. Where do you think Australians get it from? Where do you think all the convicts came from in the first place? Look at that. Ew. Really? Thank you for playing. Amazing. Well, that worked out very, very well. Right. I'm not going to play again. Said we're going to be fine. That was cool. One absolute banger of a scare in the middle of it. I had no idea it was going to try and jump scare me. Right, let's go back to chat. Oh my god, what the hell's happened here? Somebody switched the jump scare. Somebody switched the lights off behind me. Now it's going to go super, super, super. I wonder why that happened. That's weird. Nah, it was the jobby. The jobby got me. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas jobby. Yeah, I got banged in the back of the head and it all went dark. Right. My God. 3 demos. That was crazy. So we did Rue Valley. Did we enjoy Rue Valley? Did you like Rue Valley, Kay? I think that's one to play in the future. As I say, it's a bit slow to start with, but it sort of heats up and you think, okay, right, what's the story now? We're getting into the crux of it. Now I should raid your friend. Okay, that's not a problem. Zakuna. Oh, of course, Mr. Screamo. Well, let's go and do that then. That will be cool. The cool guy, indeed. Yes. So we did Rue Valley, and we finished Tormented Souls 2, which has led me to think that I might actually play Tormented Souls on stream, but I'll have a look at that first, and then we'll see if we can schedule it in. And then we played that fantastic demo that's been kind of sat on my desktop for a bit. Yeah. Except the Tormented Souls. You don't like this Tormented Souls. Some of the puzzles are a little bit cryptic. I'll have a look at it. We'll see. It might be one night a week I'll play it. Just not my type. Yeah. I do quite enjoy it. See, this is why you don't like Metroidvanias as well. Because you kind of have to keep doubling back in yourself and you get so far and then think, oh, I need to remember that door needs that key. So I plot that there and remember that. So I need to go back and get that to do that. That's why I love Metroidvanias, because you're constantly thinking, oh, there was that dead end there. And now that I've got this, I can go back and get it. But no one in the world wants to see me play Metroidvanias on stream. That's been made very evident on numerous occasions. So, yes. And then I quite enjoyed that Who's at the Door. I'm not normally a huge Anomaly fan, but that was slightly different. And a cast of weirdos popping up at your door as well. So that was good. Right. Raid. In terms of the rest of the week, I don't think I'll stream tomorrow. I think I'll just take a night off. Wednesday, we'll come back and play the game that's based, or well, looks like Cult of the Lamb and Pikmin. I don't even know if I can see the name at the moment, so I'll not. Probably can, but I won't bother. And then Thursday, might do an extra stream on Thursday, and play that the Reverb Project Tokyo demo. Let's see if I can get a look at it. I might actually do that tomorrow night. If I'm not going to stream, I might actually have a look at that Reverb Project Tokyo just to see if it's going to be worth streaming or not, or whether it's a play at home off-stream game for me. And then there was something else jumped into my head about what I might do at the end of the week. I've got another couple of games. I saw one game, Insim playing a game called The Dead Seat, and it looks really, really good. That you're sitting in the back seat of your parents' car on a journey, and they're arguing. And in order to kind of blot out their arguing, you start playing games on your DS or your Game Boy. I think it's a DS this time. But then the game and reality start to blend through each other. I watched about 5 minutes of it and thought, this looks quite cool. So I may well play that. And there's another game called Fatum Betula that I've kind of looked at for a while and thought, should I play that? I don't think it's that long. And we've got Face of Fear, the Forester, which has sat on my desktop for weeks now, thinking. And we also have got Dad's Monster House to play as well. So there's plenty of games that I've sort of picked up recently. I might do Might do a night where I just do one full game and then another night where I do a couple of demos. I just love playing demos and letting people see various other games. That's the problem, that I get so hooked up in just wanting to show people loads and loads and loads of games. I never actually play the full game. I just play loads of demos. Right, I will wrap up and we shall go and read Zakuna. How did you spell that now, Zach? Z-A-C-K-U-N-E. He's playing the Elden Ring. Indeed. His name is a pun on anime. Maybe I am just a demo man. Yes, I have seen. GGK. Right, let's see. I'll recognize his face. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. We can start that. Beautiful. I recognize his face. So, thank you so much. Yes, Sakura. Read. And then sub-read. Cool. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. It's not Sakura. No? It's been so long since I've watched JJK. I honestly can't remember, to be fair. It must be about 2 years or something since I've watched it. Sakuna, yeah. So Sakuna. Yes. Now I'm confused. I'm thinking about JJK when I should be trying to wrap up. Stop interrupting me. You know how easily I get distracted. Yes, I'll be back probably on Wednesday night to play this super duper game that I have been gifted from Guillotine PR. As an early access, let's have a look at something completely different. But let's go now and say hello to Kay's friend Sakuna. And I shall see you on Wednesday. Cheers. Bye.